Welcome to Al-Mu'tasim International School Distant Learning Classes. Good morning. How are you all? I hope you are all good. Students, this lecture will be the continuation of the new chapter that we started in our lecture number 6. Today is 7th of April 2020 and the day is Tuesday. How do you spell Tuesday? Tuesday. As I've mentioned earlier that we are continuing unit number 14, writing a diary. In this lecture, first of all, we will be doing a quick recap of the previous lecture number 6. After we finish the quick recap of the previous lecture, we will start the new lecture with the textbook page number 76, in which we will be starting our lesson number 3, and in that lesson we will be reading a story. The name is Mango Django Comes to Tea. And then the last page for today will be textbook page 77, in which there will be the continuation of lesson number 3, and then we will end this lecture with exercise. There will be a short exercise, and then review questions of this lecture. And then I'll be asking you some quick review questions about the lesson that we are going to do today to revise the whole story for our comprehension. Okay, students? Let's get started. Before we move on to our new lesson number 3, for lecture number 7, let's just quickly review what we did in our last lecture. We started a new chapter, unit number 14, writing a diary. We talked about the importance of writing a diary and why some people prefer to write a diary instead of talking to someone else. On this page, we only did listening and speaking. There was no writing work. In exercise A, we learned the difference between true and false with the help of a game. In exercise C, we learned a few words that we use to describe the weather, like rainy, cloudy, windy, sunny, hot, cool, etc. And we made our own examples. We also learned to talk about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Like for yesterday, we use was. Like yesterday, it was windy. And today, it is sunny. And tomorrow, we used will be. Like, I think it will be hot tomorrow. So in exercise D, we sang a song together. It's raining and it's pouring. On page number 75, we studied lots of things about phonics and words. In this portion of phonics and words, we learned how to blend the sounds of different letters together in order to learn English reading. In exercise A, we finished reading the magic E and AI sounds, and then we matched the pictures to their words. Here, in exercise B, we read these words in exercise A with and without E, and we noticed that how the sound of A changes after E is added at the end. Okay, students? In exercise C, we completed the sentences using the words from exercise A. And in the end, we finished this lecture with the question about using different words to describe how human beings feel. In short, we learned how to describe feelings like he looks worried, he looks happy, she looks angry, he looks tired, like that. Okay, students? I hope it's all clear to you. Students, I request you all to please open your English textbook, page number 76 and 77, and write the date on each one of them. Write on top, just like the teacher has done. Remember, students, please write your current date, the day on which you are doing this work. Okay? Now, students, I hope you all have opened your English textbook, page number 76, to move on to our next lesson, number 3, which is about reading. And the story topic is Mango Django Comes to Tea. So, what's in this topic? Who wants to know? Now, A. Listen as you read Fizza's mother's diary. Then answer the question. Students, before we start the story, I want to tell you something. This story is taken from the diary of Fizza's mother. Remember when I told you in our previous lesson that why people write their diary? Sometimes people need a best friend. What do you do with the best friend? With your best friend, you talk about everything, right? All the good things happened and all the bad things happened and how you felt about them. Did you feel amazing or it's making you sad? Whatever it is, you just tell your best friend. So there are some people who would rather write all of those things on a diary instead of telling it to another person. So, Fizza's mother also keeps a diary, like a journal. She writes everything in that diary. And the story that we are going to read now is a piece taken from her diary. So what is in this story? In this story, it's a dialogue between Fizza and her mother. A dialogue means there are some things that Fizza said to her mother and how Fizza's mother responded, what she said. It's like a conversation, like two people talking to each other. So there is a dialogue in this story, alright? Let's get started. This story starts with a question. Is Fizza telling the truth? Now, how do we know if Fizza is telling the truth or not? We will know it once we go through the story. So let's go through it. Students, first of all, I want you to repeat after the teacher because it's reading time. After we finish reading, then we will talk about the story. Alright? Are you ready for the reading? What do you do when it's reading time? Yes, you put your finger on your textbook and read after the teacher. Repeat after the teacher, okay? I hope you all have put your finger on top. Saturday. I am worried about Fizza. I think she is telling lies. This morning we were in the kitchen. Can we make a cake tomorrow? She asked me. A monster is going to come to tea. Don't tell lies, Fizza, I said. There is no such thing as a monster. I am telling the truth, Fizza said. He's got red ears and 6 legs. I laughed and Fizza was angry with me. Don't be angry, I said. We will make a cake anyway. In the afternoon, we were in the garden. The monster's going to come at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Fizza said. Don't tell lies, Fizza, I said. There is no such thing as a monster. I am telling the truth, said Fizza. He has got green wings and a long blue tail. I smiled and Fizza was angry again. Then she ran away. Why is she angry with me? Students, moving on to page number 77 to finish our story. Sunday. What a funny day. We made a cake in the morning. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Fizza waited for the monster. She put the cake on a plate. She put some juice in the fridge. I made some tea. Where's your monster? I asked. He's late, said Fizza. He's late because it's raining. I smiled. Just then, the garden gate opened. A wet monster with red ears walked to the door. He had green wings, 6 legs, and a long blue tail. Hello, he said. Sorry I'm late. I dropped my plate in surprise. The monster smiled at us. Hello, my name is Mango Jango, he said. He gave me some flowers. Would you like tea or juice? I asked. Tea and juice, please, said Mango Jango. And can I have a towel too? I gave him a towel and he ate it. Then we had a cake, tea and juice. 6 o'clock, he got up and went away. "Thank you for having me," he said. So Fizza was telling the truth all the time. Students, I hope you all had written the date on top. Students, the story starts with Saturday here. Why it's written Saturday here? Because whenever you write something in your book or you study or whatever you do in any of your books, before starting your work, you write the date first. So Fizza's mommy also write the date first. So as the diary is written every day, it's the way to write the diary. This is how the diary is written. Those who like to write in their diary, they write it daily, on daily basis. That's why on this page, the first page of a diary, it's written Saturday. And all the incidents that are mentioned below happened on Saturday. Let's see what happens on Saturday. And why is mommy wondering if Fizza is telling a lie? We have seen it after reading through the story. Now, in the beginning of the story, mother is a bit worried because she is afraid whether Fizza is telling a lie. She's worried because no mom or nobody wants to hear a lie, especially moms, because they teach us good habits. So lying is not a good habit, okay? That's why her mommy is little worried that why she's telling lie and what's the lie she's telling. So as we have read the story, we understood that Fizza was telling her mother that a monster was coming home for tea. Would you believe it if someone tells you that a monster is coming home for tea? So that's why mom is worried. She was surprised to hear from Fizza that a monster was coming. So Fizza kept telling her mom that they need to make a cake as monster was coming home to have tea with them. So that's why mom was worried. And even though her mom was not convinced if what Fizza was telling is true or not, she still decided to make a cake. Why? Because she wants Fizza, her daughter, to be happy. Okay? Just like all the mommies in the world do. All mommies in the world want to see their children to be happy. They do everything they can do just to see a smile on your face, to see you happy. So what we kids have to do, we have to make them happy by doing good things for them, by listening to them, by obeying them, by giving them respect and love. So students, Mommy and Fizza were in the kitchen when she told her mother that the monster was coming home. Mommy showed signs that she couldn't believe her. She couldn't believe that the monster was coming. So whenever Fizza told her about this, her mommy laughed because she couldn't believe it. And whenever that happened, Fizza got upset and she would get angry and sometimes she would run away. Mommy and Fizza, they got together again in the garden. Then the Fizza told her mother a monster is coming tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Once again, Mommy thought she is lying and she was worried. And she also couldn't believe that how a monster can come in their home to have tea with them. Mommy laughed again, and when she laughed, it made Fizza angry and then she ran away. Now students, as we turn the page, you could see that it's Sunday written on top first. Why? Because all the things mentioned below on this page happened on Sunday. So we all saw what happened on Sunday when we read through the chapter. I also wanted to know that if monster really came or not. So on Sunday morning, Fizza's mommy made a cake. Fizza put a cake on a plate. She put some juice in the fridge. Mommy also prepared some tea for the monster as she wants to see her daughter happy. They both waited for the monster as her mother asked her where her monster was. To which Fiza replied, he is late. Why was he late? Because it was raining. Then her mommy smiled. She was still not convinced. And right at that moment, they saw something coming in through the gate of their house. And mommy couldn't believe what she's seeing. She was so shocked, she accidentally dropped her plate. Can you guess what they saw? It was a monster. And it was exactly looking like how Fiza had told earlier. Exactly the same. He had red ears, 6 legs, he had green wings and a long blue tail. So, Mummy was shocked and the monster smiled at them. He said he was sorry because of being late. So he gave Mummy some flowers. How nice of him. Then Mummy asked him if he would like to have tea or juice. He said he wanted both. Then Mango Jango asked Mommy if he can also have a towel. Mommy gave him a towel and what happened? He ate the towel. What a funny monster. Then Fiza brought him a cake that she and her mother made in the morning, and the monster had the cake, he had the juice, and at 6 o'clock he got up and went away by saying thank you for having me. So, at the end of the story, the mom realized that her daughter was not telling a lie. She's now happy, she's content that her daughter doesn't tell a lie. It was truth, and she ended her diary by writing, so Fiza was telling the truth all the time. And she's now happy. So students, in the story we learned that Fiza never tells a lie and that the monster really came. And also we learned that the monster had good manners. Did you notice that? He says sorry, he says thank you, he gives flowers to Fiza's mommy. He has good manners. So students, did you enjoy the story? Students, moving on to exercise B. At the end of the story, students, teacher will read the sentences and you have to tell the teacher if it's tick or cross. We put tick for the correct answer and we put cross for the wrong answer. But what you have to do in this exercise, let's read. Please read along. Tick the sentences that are true and cross the ones that are false. Then change the false ones to make them true. What you have to do? You have to read the sentence with the teacher, and if it's true, you say true. Okay? And if it's false, you say false. And when it's false, we will try to make them true. Okay? The first 2 questions are done for you. Let's see. Please read along. Put your finger on sentence number 1. Number 1. A monster came to tea. Is it true or false? It's true, as you can see the tick here. Sentence number 2. Fiza made some bread. Is it true or false? She made a bread? False. She did not make a bread. What did she make? Fiza made a cake. So when the answer is false, you write the correct one in front of it, okay? We will do just like that. Number 3. The monster's name was Sarah. Do you think the monster's name was Sarah? Is it true or false? False. Excellent. Now let's write the correct answer. What's the correct answer? The monster's name was Mango Jango. Students, put your pencils down and wait for the teacher to say so, okay? Why I keep saying this? Because I want you to pay attention first. When you have paid all your attention, when you know what to do, then you can start writing, okay? Now students, number 4, He came at 4 o'clock. Do you think Mango Django came in afternoon at 4 o'clock? Yes, excellent, correct answer. So what do? You put a tick. Now, number 5. He gave Mummy some sweets. Is it true or false? He gave Mummy some sweets? Wow, excellent. He gave Mummy flowers, not the sweets. So we will cross it out and let's write the correct answer. He gave Mummy some flowers. Moving on to sentence 6. He ate a towel and some cake. Do you think he ate a towel and some cake? Is it true or false? Excellent, it's true. Moving on to 7. He drank some tea and cola. Do you think he drank some tea and a cola? No. Then what did he have? Yes, he drank some tea and juice. He drank some tea and juice. Now students, you can start writing. You can pause the video to complete your notes. I'll give you some time. Alright? I hope you all have finished the work and you all have understood the story very well. So students, I hope you enjoyed my lecture. Alright students, it's time to review the whole story. I'll be asking you questions one by one and please try to answer them yourself. They're very easy and they're just related to the story. I know you all have understood the story very well. So let's get started. Question number 1. The monster came to Fizza's house on Saturday. Do you think monster came to Fizza's house on Saturday? Excellent! No, monster came to Fizza's house on Sunday. Question number 2. Mummy dropped a plate or a glass. In the story that we have just read, when Mango Django entered through her gates, so she dropped a plate or a glass in surprise. Very good. Mummy dropped the plate. Question number 3. Fizza was telling lies. Answer please. No, Fizza was telling the truth all this time. Excellent. You're doing a great job. Question number 4. Mummy believed Fizza at first. Students, do you think Mummy believed Fizza at first? On Saturday, the first part of the story? Yes, very good. No, Mummy laughed at Fizza when she told her about the monster. Next question. What time did Mango Django come to Fizza's house? Do you remember at what time he came to Fizza's house? Yes, at 4 o'clock. He came to Fizza's house at 4 o'clock. Question number 6. Why did Mango Django come late? Do you remember why Mango Django came late? Yes, excellent. Mango Django came late because it was raining. Last question. Why did Fizza want to make a cake? Fizza wanted to make a cake because Mango Django was coming to her home. Okay, students? Very good. So students, be prepared as I will ask these questions to you again in the beginning of the next lecture. See you. Thanks for watching my lecture video. Students, your homework will be to read through the story by yourself again and try to answer these questions by yourself. Alright? So in the next lecture, lecture number 7, we will be doing the workbook notes of this chapter. So in our next lecture, please bring your workbook along with you. So students, always stay happy and take care of yourself. Stay at home. Bye-bye.